There we go.
Oh my goodness. I think the people think that we have forgotten about them.
Have to. They have to.
I
But
think
look, guys, we promise we have not gone anywhere. We had a lot of life going on, but we haven't gone anywhere.
And we also know that we still have not covered the last episode of Wheel of Time, season 3, episode 8. So
Yes,
today, we have to talk about it.
we have got to talk about it. We have to talk about it. Um, the crazy thing is that not only are we covering what happened on the episode, but we have a little bit to talk about because we might not be getting any more episodes.
Yeah, I think it's definitive. We're not getting any more episodes,
Yeah.
which is, why we both have on black right now. We knew we were coming to a funeral,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yep. Yep.
And
Now,
it's,
I will say that I'm a little bit hopeful that with all the commotion, like I literally just saw a video earlier today when I was just kind of doing a recap of what happened. Uh a guy had made a video and it had gotten insane numbers. Like he just made the video within like 4 days, I think. It was like 4 days ago that he made
mhm.
it. And he was just doing like a recap over the entire season 3. But obviously just going from the beginning to the end and then talking about how the show was canceled. And that video had so much engagement and so many views. And so I mean I know that they're not basing, the like reiteration of a show off of like YouTube numbers, but at the same time I think that there has to be something said about the amount of fans
Yeah,
that the show picked up, not only from like the book readers, but then people like us that just started watching the show
yeah.
and then now you just dropped us off.
Literally, I feel like this is the most engagement, the most excitement that we've had around the show. And, there was so much story left to tell.
So much.
And I really wish, because what we're hearing about why the show's not coming back is largely like financial based,
Finance,
right?
yeah.
Like we
Mhm.
were talking about how the production looks so great in season 3,
Which was, yeah, that was a big plus.
the
And I feel like
effects,
it made
but
the show watching experience better.
yeah,
We had better wardrobe. You could tell that there was a lot of money put into like the fight scenes. Like
yeah.
it was a great experience. And I do understand that like at the end of the day there has to be a return. But I'm like,
I mean,
we were getting there. The
The,
people were getting there.
the Lord of the Rings. I mean, I know that's expensive, and
Yeah.
maybe that has a larger fan base, but whatever.
Yeah.
I just think it's unfortunate because I feel like if it was all about the budget, I wish they would have
Yeah.
told the showrunners going into the season, this is going to be your last season. So maybe they would have made different choices about how
Yeah.
everything wrapped up.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like there was so much story that, like, and that's an interesting thing about having so many primary characters is that, like, there was so much development happening in many different branches. So, one of the things that we talked about was like this entire time, literally from the first season, we have seen Nynaeve at this, like, power block. They keep telling us that she's like one of the most powerful characters in the entire series, but we have not. I mean, we've seen like little glimpses, but we didn't really get anything. And so, literally, on that was the last episode, right,
It
where
was
she
the
had
last
to,
episode.
break free.
Yeah.
So it's like we didn't even get a little crumb of anything until the last episode, and you're just telling us that, like, oh,
We
that's
got
it.
to see we got to see Mama literally part the waters like Moses at the Red Sea.
Literally, this lady was bound and chucked into the bottom of whatever body of water, and she was able to overcome that. And I think it was cool because there was just a callback to, what were the women that when they were on the boat, and she was telling her to like,
Oh,
just
yes.
go
I
with the
can't.
flow of the wind and the
Yeah.
water, whatever. And so there was such a cool callback to that, and I feel like there was such a cool seed that was
Yeah.
planted to then, there was no telling where that could have gone or where she could have gone in future series. But
Well, I really wanted to see her really use her power, right?
yeah,
Really use her power. Maybe I wanted to see her go at it with Lanfear.
yeah. Or
We got
even
to see
what was the lady's name that threw her in the water? The
Leandrian.
Leandrin.
Leandrian.
Yes,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. So, so one epic battle that we did get to see, like I mentioned, was Moraine and
Yep,
Lanfear,
yep.
which was it like coincided with something that was happening at the White Tower, which was crazy
Uh-huh.
and really hurt my heart
Yeah.
because I was not expecting for Swan to be killed. I
Me
thought
either.
they were just gonna steal her, maybe lock her away, but I didn't think they was gonna kill her.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was interesting how they told the story where, basically at her death, her and Moraine were so connected that Moraine was able to get enough power to
Yes.
literally take the sword out of her body
Yes.
and and slice Lanfear at the neck and have her
And the
running.
crazy thing about that too is that when she was in that trial in the what I
She was in the
I forgot
rings.
all the
She was in the
names.
rings. Yeah.
Yeah, when she was in the rings, all of the possibilities that she had seen resulted
Hmm.
in
Hmm.
her death at the hand of Lanfear or Rand's, right? And she knew
Yep.
that Rand couldn't die. So like the only reality that she had seen was, from that battle was that she was the one to die. And the
Yep.
fact that she was able to garner so much strength enough to defy
Yes.
fate, if you will,
Yes.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I truly hate that we had to get cut off here because I'm like that. I mean, the way that they like led us through that entire series to that last episode, I mean, that was just prime time for like future storytelling. Like, we
Agreed.
had so much, so many different directions that we were set to go in.
Well, and I think about we got to see Bellfire. We got to see Princess
Hmm.
Moraine learn how to wield that Bellfire. And I'm like,
Yeah,
well, could she have possibly used that to bring Swan back to life? Like,
yeah.
I just feel like you said there was so much that they could have done for the next season that.
Yes, and especially because we have kicked up, the Forsaken, like they're really in
Yeah,
action. So
yeah,
we have Mogideon doing her whatever, like we got the people moving. So it's like now that all of these power players, like Nynaeve has been unlocked or
yeah,
unblocked, we have Elaine being able to wield this, tool. We still have Egwene who's a
yes,
bit, and she's
yes.
able to control her
She can dream walk.
dream walking
Yeah.
more, so it's like, and then Rand is, I don't know if he was going crazy or what, but like, as he's practicing more of his magic and weaving, he's getting more powerful. So it's like we have all of these power players in
Mhm.
effect.
Oh, look! Don't forget our boy Matt. He went through the red door.
Oh, he did.
He
He
so
did.
something happened with him and the elfin, and we don't
Yeah.
know how that would have affected him moving forward.
Yep. That's true. And yeah, oh yeah, because men saw he was, and which technically he was hanging, but she was able to save him.
Right.
So yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. There is so much. I truly hate that. That was the note that we had to end on. I really hope that somebody picks it up.
I agree. Like I
Yeah,
would love, and I don't know what place would do it, but I mean, Apple, hey, y'all got a lot of money over there.
yeah,
Y'all don't have a ton of big series that have like the
yep,
morning show and they have Severance, but I'm like they don't have like a fantasy. They don't have a Game of Thrones,
yeah.
House of the
They don't.
Dragon.
They
They don't
don't.
have The Boys. They don't have anything like that over there.
Nope.
at Apple. So hey,
That
that
actually would be a great platform for that
yeah,
to exist on. Yeah.
because I feel like maybe the budget wouldn't matter so much.
Yeah, right. Well, child. Okay. Am I still here?
Yeah, you're here.
Okay, all right. No, I was saying that and the fact that Apple Apple is such a universal platform, right? I feel
Hmm.
like, yes, a lot of people have Amazon, so I think that, the access to
Yeah,
Amazon may have been a little bit easier, but I still think that Apple TV, I think that they could do numbers still.
I agree. Yeah,
And the show would still be worth their while to watch.
yep.
Yeah.
And I
I don't know. I feel like Nynaeve has some type of inside connection that
yeah,
she's able to continue pushing this show, because I know she did the narration for the books and stuff,
yeah,
right? So I
for
feel like
sure.
I would think that she would be attached to the series. Like I would
Yeah,
think that she would want to see it pushed forward. So I'm like, can we get some people on some calls? Like
yeah.
anybody.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen so much fan engagement around starting, what do you call those things when you sign like petitions and I mean,
Oh yeah, yeah,
we've seen all of that.
yeah,
We've seen the videos. I'm sure they've heard, all of this engagement, all this noise from the fans. I just think it really just comes down to the dollars and the cents. So,
absolutely, yeah,
I mean, outside of Apple TV, I don't think of another platform. I just don't think of another platform that could, you know, that would even be able to take this on right now because I
yeah,
know at Netflix, of course, they got big money over there too, but I think they're also, they have big series. They have their
yeah,
Wednesday. They have things going for them.
yeah,
And I feel like other series like this, like Shadow and Bone, Wix, all of those series
yeah,
over
yeah.
at Netflix, they don't last for
They
whatever
don't.
reason.
Yeah,
So
that's
I don't
true.
see them picking it up.
Yeah, that's very true. Um, because I even think about, is it called Winks, or what is it
Yeah,
called? Winks.
Wix,
Yeah,
Wix or Winks or something
Winks.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I even think about like when I watched that, like that show was well produced.
Hmm.
Now I will say, it's always the writing for me. I always have to raise my eyebrow at the writing. I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Um, but yeah, I agree. I feel like that type of stuff doesn't really do well on Netflix.
No, it doesn't
Mm-mm.
last. So, to me, the only other place outside of Apple TV Plus that I could see doing really well with it, I just don't think they would take it on, would of course be like HBO
Yeah,
Max
right.
or whatever they're going to be called.
Yeah,
Of course, I think they could do an extravagant job with this series, but they already have their Game of Thrones, House of the
yep,
Dragon.
yep.
I don't think they're looking for another, fantasy series to take on over
No.
there.
No, I agree. And I agree, and I really hate that because,
Yeah.
again, I feel like this was one of those. I think we kind of caught it early, like in that first season. Like when we
Yeah.
watched it, we were like, oh, this is good. And we kept up with it. But I think that this is one of those shows that, like, as it's discovered, as people,
Hmm.
find it on Prime and then they watch those 3 seasons, or, get through the first season, get through the second season, then you start getting latched to it. And then I again think it'll be one of those things where people are super disappointed when they're led through,
Yeah.
season three, and they're like, oh wait, so when is the next one coming out? And then boom, you see that it's canceled.
Okay, last appeal, last idea.
Okay.
All right, Amazon. Can we get a movie?
Y- Right.
Can we get just something to wrap it up? I just wish
Yeah.
that we could have one more thing to kind of see these characters off that we've fallen in love with over, these
Yes.
3 seasons, like
Yes.
I know it's some budget
Yes.
for a movie or something.
There has to be budget for like just one. And I mean, I feel like, to be completely honest, I feel like if they would have known that that was the direction that they were headed in for season three, or like if they would have known that, possibly going through season three, we were leading towards
Hmm.
cancellation. Because I'm sure that they probably knew at some point, like, okay, this this it, right?
Yep.
I wish that instead of just saying that it was canceled, maybe if we would have been working on like some type of project like that, like a movie
Mhm.
project, that they would have led us through those 3 seasons and then announced like, okay, to
Yeah.
to wrap up the story,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
dropping a feature film, and then that's
Yeah.
it.
I would love that. So that's my last little appeal that I can make
Yeah, I think that's
the
a great idea,
to
actually.
Amazon, to whoever's behind the production of the show. I know they're working hard, maybe trying to get it picked up or trying to find a way to wrap it up, but
Yeah,
just something would be great. You know
yeah.
what? Even because the fans have done so much for this show, I wouldn't even be mad if like they've exhausted all avenues and they said, you know what? We're not going to get picked up by anybody. We're not going to be able to make a movie. I would love to hear from the writer's room. I would love for them to even just do a YouTube video saying, this is what we would have done in the next season.
That
This is
would
where
be
these
so
characters would have gone.
cool.
Just give us something to wrap this
Something.
up.
Yeah, I agree. I think that would be so cool.
And they can even make it really engaging, like invite some of the top like fan voices to participate in the conversation and like
Yeah,
just just even having like this community moment to
yeah.
celebrate the show and think about where it could have gone with, would be some good closure.
I agree. I think that that's such a great idea. Like truly, I feel like so many platforms on YouTube specifically have really. I mean, like we were talking, we were saying that like with us doing this, like we plan to discuss a lot of shows, music, like just movies,
Hmm.
everything, right? But a big push of this channel was the Wheel of Time. And
Yes.
I think just even us doing research and looking at other channels' videos and kind of like understanding like, oh, this is what happened during this episode or whatever. A lot of channels have built community
Hmm.
through this show.
Yep.
And yeah, I feel like if we could get some type of closure, that would be great because I think again, like you said, there is so much community that exists through the Wheel of Time, and I think that if they were even able to bridge the gap of that and then
Hmm.
kind of like pass it off to be like, okay, now y'all go, and
Yeah.
you take this and you
Yeah.
make it whatever you want to make it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Well, I guess all good things do have to come to an end,
they
but
do, but we won't say that. Look, we, I'm taking it to church. Baby, it ain't over to the fat lady sing.
thank
Hey,
you.
um, yeah, it's like I hope that it's one of those things where like they made the announcement, but then maybe with all of the conversation that we've kind of sparked up from it, maybe they'll be like, "Well,
Yeah.
hold
Well,
on."
well, if not, we've at least said our piece,
Yeah.
and given our gratitude to the show and given our gratitude to the fans that have tuned into
Yes.
the channel. But listen, if anybody has any tea, we're a little bit out of the loop. So if you know of some things that are brewing that we would be excited about, please drop it in the comments. Let us know
Please.
what's going on. Like if
Yes.
any of this is already in the works, if any of this is already happening, if you have ideas about how we can help move the needle, please let us
Hmm.
know.
Let us know because we will absolutely get in. Look, we'll get in the ring now.
We will. Over the will of time, we will get in the ring.
We will get in the ring.
Well, G, we do have some other shows that we're going to be talking about soon. I mean,
Absolutely.
do we want to give the people a little preview of
We
what's to
can.
come?
So
Okay.
what have we? So okay, let's do a quick. What have we been watching? So
Yeah.
obviously, and you mentioned it earlier, but the biggest little show, and we are on a little hiatus right now because they wanted to do a half and half moment. But Wednesday,
Yes.
a great show. So obviously, we'll do a video talking about that first chunk that they dropped, and then
Hmm.
we'll do another one following up once the second half of the season drops, and just kind of wrapping up our thoughts of the entire season. So definitely look out for Miss Wednesday.
And I hear that the boys spinoff Gen V
Yep.
is coming back with season two here, in a few weeks.
Yeah, we got
So
definitely less than a month because it'll be September the 17th. So
yeah, so I think we might have to talk about that too.
we have we have to talk, y'all. The Boys is my favorite show ever. Like I love that show so much. So The Boys Gen V, like I'm very latched on to that
Hmm.
story. And I know that they were saying the final season of The Boys is gonna be season 5.
Hmm.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Right. But you know
What am
what?
I gonna do?
Thankfully, they know, and
They
they're gonna
and
factor that
and
into
I
the show.
know so that I
Yes,
can kind of go into it understanding, okay, we are tying this up here.
exactly.
Yeah. So, hmm and
All right.
obviously, we'll have a plethora of other movies and films that,
Hmm.
have dropped recently or that are coming out that we'll be able to talk about. Maybe even throw in a couple of little projects. I see we got some albums that are
Ooh,
we got some singles that have been dropped and albums that are on the way.
I know that's
I
right.
know Taylor Swift has come in and she's kind of shaking things up. She's a showgirl, so
She's the
yeah,
showgirl,
yeah,
and Cardi is the drama.
yeah, absolutely. So I know that is about to shake the music industry up. I know people are about to be moving dates. I don't know
Yeah,
what Doja Cat is about to do. Like
right.
yeah, so we got some things moving. So I think that we have plenty that we'll be talking about coming soon.
All right, guys. Well, as always, please subscribe to the channel. Please drop a comment. Let us know if you've got ideas about things you want to hear us talk about. And until
Please.
next time, we'll see
Peace.
you.
Bye, guys.